What's up, guys and gals? It is time for the latest chapter of Kengan Omega, chapter 259, for a late live reaction. If you guys can't already tell by my puffy face and my extra nasally voice as to why it's late, I had a bedridden level cold the past couple of days. Yeah, it really kicked my ass. It sucks. The man flu always kicks, man, right where it hurts. So either way, I'm finally feeling, I'm still getting over it, but I'm feeling well enough to actually move around and get out of my own damn bed for my own filth for the past couple of days here. So it's, I'm feeling a little bit better anyways. Well enough to be talking to you guys about some Kengan Omega. Now, why a live reaction? Well, I got a request on the last video to do a live reaction, plus I was already planning on it because even if we don't see who's fighting who, I assume this chapter is going to tell us who are the 8 combatants. We already know 2 of them, but who are the other 6 in the real tournament? I assume we're going to find that out, and I assume we're going to get a couple returning faces. So before we actually get into the live read, however, I'll give you the quick summary or predictions what I think is going to go down, because I've seen it all across the place for the over the weekend and stuff. Like, a lot of people had some crazy, in my opinion, just so improbable, less than 1% chance predictions. Some of them I saw were all returning faces. Not a single new character, not even a Fist of the Seeker character. I find that highly improbable. I also don't think it's going to be just the 2 Kings of Purgatory and the rest of the 6 are all brand new. I find that highly unlikely. A lot of people also think that Oma and Kuroki are a given. Bigger chance there, but I really don't think they're going to stop their training. I think Kuroki and Oma are out of this and they stay in the mountains. If anything, out of the 2, Oma might be included in this, but I don't see Kuroki being included in this tournament. I really don't. It sucks, it's sad, but I really don't think it. So what my prediction is that half the roster is brand new. Whether that includes Fist of the Seeker characters we haven't seen in the Kengan mangas yet, maybe, but I still think that at least half the roster is brand new. I'll be surprised if it's only like 1 character. I just don't see it. We're at least getting 1 new character, but I think half the roster is a fair guess, and we only have 2 actual returning faces. Now, out of who could those 2 be? We know Agito's already out. I doubt Kuroki's going to be included. Same with Oma. Setsuna's in the hospital still. Ryan's on the run. So who else could fill slots at this level? I got about, realistically, I have 4 choices that I think are probable. Those 4 include Waka, the tiger himself, Wakatsuki. I think Misasa, the 8th Fang, is a steady choice. It's a pretty good choice. Gaolang, I still think Gaolang is underappreciated in the power scaling community. I think he's top tier. And the other one would probably be one of my favorites, Hatsumi. I still think Hatsumi, and we've seen that he got better. Hatsumi-sen is probably another likely candidate for this tournament. Those are my 4 predictions. If we only have 2 returning faces, it'd be within these 4. Within these 4, I think, is a fair bet. So, without further ado, that's my prediction going into it. Assuming this chapter even shows us, we could jump away to some more worm stuff. We could be jumping away to Jackie talking to Yan or something like that. I doubt it, but you never know. So, anyways, let's just get on with the actual chapter reaction. So, jumping right into it here, and chapter 259 is entitled The King of Kings. Okay, yeah, we're gonna see the tournament. Yeah, I really doubted Sandra was gonna jump away. We're gonna do the actual tournament. So good choice on the live reaction, I think. It's a battle to crown the King of Kings. Let's see. We have Garo, Underground 1, D4, Issa Dragons, the Kengan Association, Purgatory, the Slaughter, Setsurukiyu, Coliseum spelt very oddly. Anyways, let's see. So we got all the underground fighting rings. Let's go. Except the new one with the ladies. I'm pretty sure that's not included here in Star Strike It Rich. I'm pretty sure that's not here. Anyway, and now introducing them. Welcome to the real championship. And now introducing the fighters. Okay, here we go. Yeah, right out of the gate. All right. Let's go. So let's see if I got any of this right. As I said, 4 new characters. 2 of the returning are either Waka, the 8th Fang, Gaolang, and Hatsumi. So, and because Agito's out. If Agito's out, yeah. The one king has come to claim his due. The strongest gladiator in Purgatory is making his long-awaited entrance. The monster of Manal, Roland Donaire. Donaire, actually, because Donaire would be spelled with an E, considering Donairs were invented here where I live. But anyways, yeah, Roland Donaire. Let's see. I know everyone says Donaire, but gotta add that E on the end. So yeah, this is Purgatory, so he's included there for Purgatory. Roland looking pretty sleek. He's back in his wife beater. Yeah, okay. But he's still got his short hair. So for the Kengan Association, we have the Gentle King has set its sights set squarely on the championship. The Gentle King, Arashiyama Jorota. I always forget how to say that. That's why I just call him Arashiyama, because I suck. I always want to say Joroto. You know, for some reason, I want to completely skip everything after J-U-R. So I just call him Arashiyama. I always screw that up. But yeah, so the two kings of Purgatory are included. All right. So let's see who's next. And so far, so a brand new character by the looks of it for Underground 1. The young champ of Underground 1. The face of Kansai's underground martial arts scene is aiming for the top. The Panther. Okay, I like that. That's pretty cool. This guy looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like the design. The Panther, Justin Kitagawa. All right. Let's go. Brand new character, and let's go, baby. 2 for 2. 2 for 2. I really shouldn't have done that, but God Glow. Let's go. For Gato? This is a new promotion started by Mr. Toyoda Idemitsu. Oh yeah, Purgatory's guy. Owner of Purgatory. And who would have guessed that it's his first champion would be the Taigata War. Gaolang, fuck this Cowland shit. Gaolang Wangswat. Alright, let's go. Gaolang. Gaolang is here. I think he's going to the finals. Calling it right now. I don't care who else is in this. Gaolang to the finals. Gaolang 100% to the finals. Let's go. People underappreciate the Thai God of War. He brought Agito to his brink. He could have won that fight. And he's only improved since. I mean, you know, I don't see why people underestimate this man. And we're now 3 for 3. Another new character. For the East Side Dragons. Dude looks a little emo for me. With the black hair on the sides, blonde streaks, sort of like, oh, I'm so edgy. He's got the edge look to him. He's scrawnier and stuff, but all right. The #1 underground martial arts promotion of Central Japan is looking to sweep the nation. Never underestimate the power of the countryside. All right, he's a country good boy. The Bounty Hunter. Okay. Odd epithet for someone who seems more just like a country boy. You'd think they'd call him the cowboy or something. The power of the countryside. Sakigake Hiraku? Sakigake Hiraku. Probably saying that wrong, but okay. Not my favorite design. He looks a bit like once again, he's edgy, he's emo. I could take him or leave him, but okay. Alright, new character, still 3 for 3. I called Gaolang as a returning face. So far, 2 new characters. Let's go. Wait. Did he get it? No, he's... Okay, I'm way off. Alright. Technically, I guess this was still possible. I didn't... Okay, I completely discounted this because I felt like, okay, we literally showed the Arashiyama versus Kano match to show Arashiyama's taking basically Agito's spot for the real championship, and Agito, it was going to have room for another fighter, like Gaolang, like Waka, like the 8th Fang. But I guess the second and not even for a different, kind of left Kengan to join this for another fight, like another group. like Gaolang clearly did. No, he's here as the second Kengan fighter. I mean, okay, I'll read. You can't have a playoffs for the strongest without him. I mean, not wrong. Oh, okay. Not wrong, but you also can't have a real tournament without Kuroki, so... there's that. He's here to get payback for his loss in his last Kengan match. The fifth Fang of Metsudo, Kano Agito. I mean... like, I'm not unhappy that Agito is here. Because I think that he should have beat Arashiyama. And honestly, that fight was kind of in the first place. I had some real problems, actually, with that fight. That should have been epic. It wasn't nearly as cool. Like, Okubo versus Seki was a far better fight. And it shouldn't have been. Like, it shouldn't have been. This Agito versus Arashiyama just had some problems. It was kind of disappointing, in my opinion. I know some people thought it was better than it was. I personally would give it like an average. Like, it wasn't a bad fight. It just should have been. It should have been at least a solid 8 out of 10 fight, and I would give it a 5 to 6 at best. But yeah, so either way, I guess, so I'm wrong there. So returning face is Agito. Alright, so I don't have a perfect score. Let's move on. Sorry guys, I gotta pause for a second. I gotta blow my nose, Jesus. So the last two are on the same page in a split, so I guess what? So I mean, out of 6, I was, 4 out of 6. It's not bad. I was more right than I was wrong, I guess. I did call for half the roster to be new. 3 of them are new. And I did call for at least 2 returning faces, and we got 3. Though I discounted these 2. I guess I shouldn't have discounted Agito. But the last 2, for D4, we have not Waka, but the other Power Titan, the monster Julius Reinhold. D4, which became a subsidiary of the Kengan Association last year, has sent their German testosterone monster. Okay, Julius is here instead of Waka. Oh, okay. I mean, I prefer Waka, but Julius is cool. So, alright, cool. And this guy, who, in my opinion, looks like... Alright, Slaughter Coliseum. If anybody's going to get past... I really feel like the new fighters... One of the new fighters is going to win a match. It's either the Panther guy or this guy. I don't think the edgy guy wins. I think the edgy guy loses first round. But let's see. Red Alert, Red Alert. The most radical underground martial arts promotion has set a bona fide menace to society. The Doomsday Messenger, Ramon Yuko. I really think this guy gets to the second round, regardless who he's facing. I really do. I think Slaughter Coliseum, I think he might win it. I think this dude... He just looks... I think he's just got the look of a dude who's seen some shit. That being said, if he goes up against Gaolang, I don't think so. Gaolang's winning his first fight. Gaolang's got to win his first fight. Agito just lost, so Agito's winning his first fight. One of the new guys got to win their first fight. So yeah. Alright, so... Alright, pleasantly surprised, I would say. Now that I've seen them, I like the lineup. I think it's a good mix of returning faces. Though it also, once again, I think this also takes away, now that I'm thinking about it, this actually also takes away from the Arashiyama versus Agito fight even more. So I'm going to say it's officially lower than a 5. I think it's a 4 out of 10 fight. And the reason is, at best, it was a 6 for me as a fight. And now it's taken it down at least 2 points. It can't be an average fight anymore because it has no relevance anymore. It was a fight to determine which one of them was going to this tournament. And now they're both in the tournament anyway, making the whole fight irrelevant. Defend it at that point if you want, but Agito and Arashiyama both take a slot away from other fighters, like Hatsumi, like Misasa, like Waka, like, you know, I mean, pick any fighter you want, like Oma, like Ryuki, like Rahito. Everyone's on the Rahito bandwagon. Like any Fist of the Seeker characters. Assuming, that being said, I don't know if any of these 3 new characters are from Fist of the Seeker, so that's a possibility. But, you know, Cosmos Master, somebody like that, Joji, or something. Like, it takes away a slot from anybody else you predicted, is my point. So the fight, which was okay at best, was irrelevant. All the hype, all the consequences of that fight are gone. So, though this doesn't take away from, I'm glad Agito's here, and I think this is going to be all the fighters, assuming that the 3 new guys are actually good, cool fighters. I think all the returning fighters are great picks, but it does make that last fight have 0 consequences. So, yeah, that fight just got worse. But the tournament lineup, I like. So let's go. So we get a big double page spread here next. Continuing on with the chapter. And all of them are favorites. Spelt wrong. All of them are the strongest. The real champion tournament is underway. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not a bad lineup. It's not a bad lineup, assuming that the new guys are actually something to write home about. I'm curious what the new fighters are going to be able to do. I have faith in the other 5 that we already know of. They're all top tier dudes. Julius is going to give any of these guys a rough time. It'd be nice to see him up against not the new guy, the Ramo guy, who looks like the biggest in this fight. I'd like to see him fight against a technical fighter. Like, I'd like to see him versus Roland, or him versus, I don't know, the small guy here, the new character, the edgy looking guy. Like those would be cool matchups, right? But yeah, like Julius is a powerhouse. Agito here makes the tournament definitely more viable. You know, the 2 Kings of Purgatory without saying, and of course, the Thai God of War. You know, gotta love it, gotta love it. Okay, so, and lo and behold, here's who I was hoping would take one of the slots, Hatsumi. I really want him to show off against a strong character again. Because without a showing, no one's going to believe that this dude has improved. You know what I mean? Because the fight against Kanada was good because it showcased like Kanada's improvement more so than Hatsumi's. But Hatsumi has also gained pre-initiative, so it's like he's even stronger than he was before. And we never did see, you know, his star drop technique. We never did get to see his you know. So, but yeah. Either way, what the hell? At least half of them are guys I already know. I mean, I'm not unhappy with that, Hatsumi. Maybe you are. And there's Yama. That's just the way it is. There aren't all that many fighters on the level of this tournament. I mean, fair, but we are discounting. There's no Waka. There's no, you know, there's no Ryan. There's no Oma. There's no Kuroki. There's no Hatsumi. You're standing right there. Did Julius and Gaolang transfer out just to enter this tournament? They sure did. Yeah, because Gaolang's in that odd one, like the Gato or whatever, and D4 for Julius there. So yeah, they sure did. Of course, they're still registered with the Kengan Association. Yeah. So they just wanted to be included, right? I mean, Oma would have done the same thing. Kaede there, best girl in the series, by the way, said, but are you sure it was a good idea to hold this tournament at a time like this? Yama said, you're right. This is a sensitive time, but we couldn't exactly announce it then cancel it. True. And in a sense, because it's been a 2-month time skip, if I recall. 2 or 3? 2 months. 3 months? It's been a while. And in a sense, this might be our best shot. If these fighters can reach an even higher level through this tournament, they'll become even more powerful assets against the Connector. I mean, once again, to use a term from One Piece, the hockey bloom idea, from Kengan tournaments, we've seen characters who are already master martial artists and stuff, they've only improved and gotten better through equal level fights. Training only gets you so far. Life or death matches gives you an edge. Granted, the unfortunate thing about Omega is that they haven't had life or death matches anymore. The Purgatory versus thing, the disqualification crap and stuff. I mean, once again, we had death for death's sake. It wasn't because it was in the rules, and that led to the fight yeah, KVP had its problems, but that is the biggest problem. Is that once again, last chapter, the Purgatory guy, Idu Matsu, whatever, he basically said like, there's a difference between a Gyu ritual and this. Is that we don't kill people. It's like, the premise of this is that you can beat someone to death, and if they don't bow out, too bad, you know. And we've really lost that, unfortunately. But I still think this tournament is going to be awesome. That's a problem with Omega overall, rather than, you know, the stakes are lower, not higher, you know. But yeah, it's true. So we're basically, these guys are going to improve by fighting the best of the best in these big matches, right? So let's see. So Hatsumi says, "Oh, I see you want to level them up, huh? Whoa, now this is going to be good." I mean, Hatsumi's not wrong. Hatsumi looks very odd here. I think it might be AI art problems or something. Just his face versus his hair. He looks very odd. Oh, we are going to get the bracket. Okay. Oh, okay. This is really cool. All right, so we got the bracket. Let's go. I've only seen the top two so far. Let's see. Honestly, big matchup. First match. I don't think a match is going to top this, but this is a good match. Gaolang versus Arashiyama. Once again, I think Gaolang goes to the finals. So, Gaolang about to beat the Gentle King, Arashiyama. Once again, I like Arashiyama. I think he's too obsessed with Boy M. You know, wasn't that great, you know, in all honesty. I mean, once again, he was a great fighter, but he wasn't God tier. Like, this dude puts him on a pedestal. You know, like the one problem with Arashiyama is that he puts Meguro, he puts Boy M on a pedestal. If he was a gamer, he played one video game. Let's say, I don't know. I don't want to insult anybody, but let's say he played the original Super Mario Brothers. And he thinks it's the greatest game of all time. Nothing can top it, right? And he puts it on the pedestal. But he never played Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy VII, trying to think of that third one that everyone says is the greatest game of all time. But yeah, you know what I mean, right? The Last of Us, I guess. We'll just pick three. Games that everyone, like, was widely considered the greatest games of all time. He never played those, and he just says, doesn't matter, this is the best game of all time. That's Arashiyama. It's a good game. Super Mario Bros. For a game, a good game. But it's not the best game of all time. Nobody who's played more than 5 great video games is going to tell you that that's the greatest game. I mean, it was innovative and it started a franchise and stuff, but it's not the greatest game of all time. You might be your favorite game, but the amount of pedigree you give it is just overcompensates it, you know? That's my one problem with Arashiyama, is that he puts this dude on a pedestal where he's a top of B at best, you know? So I just don't buy it. But anyways, that's my opinion. Maybe it's a negative opinion, but yeah, I still think that this is going to be an awesome fight because Arashiyama is great. But Gaolang, God Glow, he is going to... I really think it's going to be a... I don't want to say it's going to be a no-diff fight. I think that Gaolang comes out, quite literally, pun intended, swinging. And I think he finds a way to really beat the shit out of Arashiyama. I think Gaolang doesn't walk away unscathed, but I think Gaolang takes this. I've already got that. I'm going to have to make a prediction video before next chapter and say where I think the bracket's going to go. But yeah, I'll make a short one there. So now we have Sakigaki versus Kitagawa. So the two new characters are going to go at it. For some reason, I want Kitagawa to win. I think the bounty hunter guy is going to probably take it. I don't know why. But last time I had faith in that haircut was Leonardo, and he disappointed the fuck out of me. So I'm still going to go with Kitagawa. Weird that they're having the two new characters go up against each other, though. Weird choice, but okay. So the Gaolang fight's going to be amazing. I hope Kitagawa wins. Won't be surprised with either one because we don't have enough information on them. So now let's jump down and... Oh. Okay. Julius versus Agito. this might be the best fight. Okay, so Gaolang versus Arashiyama is a fantastic fight matchup. Julius versus Agito is also a top tier fight. Okay, so we got two amazing fights in the first round. That's awesome. Problem. Agito just lost. Narratively, he's not going to lose twice in a row on screen. But it's still going to be awesome because Julius is going to showcase how he handles non-power fighters. And it's also going to show how Agito, like guys like Gaolang, like Agito, because one thing I've noticed is that a lot of people are willing to put Julius on power scaling debates. They're not willing to put Waka as an S-tier fighter, but they put Julius as an S-tier fighter because everyone says he's too big, he's too much brawn. How do you take him down? Right? That's so many people's argument, is that Julius is too big, he's too powerful. You wouldn't, no matter what shot you get on him, he's going to crush anybody. It's finally time to show Julius up against an S-tier, powerful striker type fighter. Someone who doesn't have his body mass. Someone who doesn't have Superman syndrome. Somebody like Agito. This is about to showcase. I'm not saying that people are wrong. I just want to see how do non-bodybuilder types fight Julius and how effective is it? How do top tiers? How would Oma, Kuroki, Ryan, Agito, how would these dudes fight a Julius? I want to see it, right? So, because Roland beat, what's his name? Toa, right? And stuff. So, once again, it's not about who's got the biggest muscles. But this is still going to be an amazing matchup. Unfortunately, I can't see Agito losing twice in a row. I just don't see it, narratively speaking. You could do that because we've seen it in Ashura, but, you know, go against the expectations. But all you're going to do, I think narratively that'd be a mistake. So I don't know. I still think that these two are the best fights. Now the next fight is Roland versus the new Ramo guy. So honestly, if there's any upset, I say in this, right now, I say Roland gets out round one and this Ramo guy takes it. But if we assume that I'm correct here and looking at the bracket, sorry guys. If I'm assuming correctly, looking at the bracket, then that means if Agito wins, for a lot of reasons, once again, I'm not going to say plot armor is the reason Agito wins. I think that Julius has been overestimated by the community because he's never having to fight a soft fighter. He's never fought a striker, you know? He's always fought the big powerhouses who are, I punch really hard. So, and Julius is like, well, I punch harder. So, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that if there was going to be an upset, it would be Roland, but the problem is that if Agito wins and Roland wins, we actually finally get a fight between the two former kings. Actually, Roland never gave his up, so the King of the Kengan matches versus the King of Purgatory, Roland versus Agito finally happens. I don't think anybody wants to pass that up. Even Julius fans are not going to... Why would you really be willing to see Julius beat Agito so that we don't get to see Agito versus Roland? I don't think a Kengan fan that I know of wants to pass up Agito versus Roland just to have Julius win. You know, so I'm not willing to pass that up. So narratively speaking, I think Agito has to win, unfortunately for Julius. And Roland's going to win so we can get Agito versus Roland. I think that that's a match we as Kengan fans have wanted to see since Roland was introduced. So I don't want to pass up that fight. So yeah, this bracket, holy shit, this is going to be a long reaction. I didn't realize we were getting both the introduction of fighters and the bracket. So I wish I felt better, goddamn. But yeah, so I might not make a second video because I can just predict it right now. I hope that Kitagawa wins. I think Gaolang takes this. I think Agito has to take this, and I think Roland also has to take this. The bottom bracket, narratively speaking, is too good for the second round to have Agito versus Roland finally. It is too good a match to pass up. And once again, I think this will... I'm not trying to underestimate Julius. I'm just saying that too many people have overestimated Julius, and I think we're finally going to see how Julius... Which, once again, I think that he gives Agito a fight. I'm not saying this is no diff or anything like that. I'm just saying that we've never had to see Julius fight against an S tier, a top tier level fighter who isn't a bodybuilder, right? We haven't seen that. So I think that's a fantastic... I think the two fights here are epic fights. Arashiyama and Gaolang and Julius and Agito are going to be two. I don't know which match is going to be better, but I hope they're both epic. They're both going to be awesome. So this is going to be amazing. Let's just continue the live reaction. I don't think there's going to be any more crazy surprises. So, whoa, holy shit, this is incredible. Yeah. So the crowd knows. The crowd is here. There's not even a single dud. Well, we don't know the new characters, so we don't know. But all of these are headliners. Does anybody think, that's my question, does anybody think there's going to be a no diff? I think if there's going to be a solid, like somebody just owns, it's going to be between the two new characters. That way nobody's upset. But I think the other three matches are all going to be actual fights. If there is a one and done, I don't think it happens. I don't think it happens to any existing characters. So, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this excitement going right into the first match. We're starting. And it's, yeah, let's go. I think this might be the best fight of round one, though. I really do. Arashiyama, it's time to go. Oh, there's Carlos, and there's a lot of people's I don't know why people like Lou. I don't like Lou at all. I don't know why people like him. I shouldn't say I don't dislike him. I don't like him either. I don't know why people in the fan base like this guy. Like, Carlos is cooler. Like, I don't get why everyone liked this dude. I just don't. Like, what is it about him that people liked? He was a very full of himself kind of guy. I have to admit, I'm jealous of you for making it here. Oh, did Medell? Medell's gotten bigger, too. Yeah. I mean, he's no slouch. Show them what you got. Purgatory represent. Okay. And Arashiyama said, you have my thanks, Medell and Lou. Your well wishes will be my fuel. Alright, so Arashiyama's like, alright, I'm going. And they look at him and they respond with, such a noble man. I don't know anyone else who approaches martial arts with the same simple sincerity as Arashiyama. You said it, says Lou. He's the paragon of a martial artist. I mean, that's fair, but what do you mean we don't know anybody else? Kuroki is that guy. We already knew that guy. His name's Kuroki Gensai. I mean, granted, I'm not trying to take away from Arashiyama, because I like Arashiyama. But I do say that, like, the paragon of martial artists is the dude who's never lost on screen. The dude who's never lost. He's the guy who literally, he doesn't have a bunch of fancy techniques and a bunch of hacks. He's just literally, Kuroki, I'm going to fight you with karate, you know? And I mean, Arashiyama is basically the same way. Arashiyama has his swing, you know, which is kind of bullshit, like his only little bullshittery, and Kuroki's got the Devil Lance, which those are their only. Each one has a signature move, and they're just martial artists. So there is a nice comparison there that Arashiyama, like Gaolang, this is a good matchup. These are just two straight up martial artists. They have like one gimmick, but they don't have 1,000. You know, Gaolang's got God Glow, you know, which is once again, it's just. He's the striker. He's the fist dude. You know, he's the Thai God of War. And he's got swing. Swing versus God Glow. Let's go. And it seems he's got an aura behind him here. And he's walking with a fiery aura of like a monstrous aura. That's pretty cool. Come, let us go, Meguro. Oh, wait. That's not... Oh. That's not his own aura. That's... Okay, so... Arashiyama... Great. So now he's... It's not bipolar... Would it be... He's not bipolar. It's not multiple personality disorder because it's only two. So bi-personality disorder, because it'd only be maximum of 2. He doesn't have, like, 3? Or would that still technically be multi-personality disorder? Just schizophrenia? I don't know. Either. Okay. So Arashiyama has literally gone insane at this point. And now he's gone I'm going to call it bi-personality disorder for now, as in 2. So now he's... Okay. Yeah. If I wasn't before, I'm 100% on Gaolang's side for this one now. As much as I like Arashiyama, I don't like this change. I don't like this. I don't like the fact that Arashiyama has literally... Once again, what did I just talk about? He puts this dude on a pedestal when he's better than him. Like, it's just... It just doesn't work. This just doesn't work. Had Meguro had a much better showing in the original manga, maybe. But he didn't. Like, he was not a top-tier fighter then. I just... Yes, he was a judo expert. But that's all. He was a judo prodigy. I mean, how many prodigies do we know in this damn series? Like, oh, no, I don't really like this whole he's now schizophrenic or whatever the fuck we're going to call it. Yeah, okay, moving on. We had no idea how many... Oh, it's the king. Rama the 13th. Let's go. We had no idea how many underground martial arts promotions were in the land of the rising sun. What a fascinating country. Gaolang, we command you as your liege. I am at your service, your majesty. Let's go. I like that the king has not... Rama has not like, oh, Gaolang lost in like against KVP and he lost against Kano. He's still his right hand. He's still like, Gaolang, you're the GOAT. You are my guy. I'm not giving up on you. Fuck that. Just because you lost a couple times? Fuck that. Like, I think Rama's got like a hidden past or something. I think there's something like mischievous and dark about him that we still don't know. Sandra might never touch on it. There's just something about his attitude and his grin and stuff like that. Like, he's never unswayed. Like, he's never been shocked. So, something about him, but still, like, good for him. And he's still smiling. Go and win. That is all. Like, yeah, this is the type of person. Let's go. Gaolang just turns. He's got the hood up. Your wish is my command. Let's do it. Match 1. The Thai God of War. Gaolang Wong Sawat versus the Gentle King Arashiyama Jirota. We've got a clash between the pinnacles of hard and soft martial arts right off the bat. I mean, and that's the end of the chapter. Goddamn, this is a long-ass live reaction. Okay, so. God damn it. Sorry, guys. I can't keep pausing. So, I'm going to say, awesome chapter. Okay? Awesome-ass chapter. I love the matchups. I love the fighters included. Didn't count on Agito being included, because once again, I still hold that takes completely and null and voids that entire Arashiyama versus Agito fight. It means now nothing. So it was stupid to have it in the first place. Where it wasn't a 10 out of 10 fight, it would only been worthwhile had it been an epic fight. And honestly, it wasn't. It was an average, it was an okay fight at best. So yeah. That being said, the fighters included, the matchups. Amazing. And Arashiyama, even with the bi-personality disorder now, which he did not need. He was cool enough, he did not need this. Hate the character development choice there. Or development in quotes, because actually it's backpedaling in my opinion. So now he's gone from admiring this dude, putting him on a pedestal, to literally developing a mental disorder. Because he can't handle it. For some reason. I don't get it. He never met him. So, yeah, okay. So, Anyways, outside of that, this first round is going to be epic. This first round is going to be amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. Gaolang fans, let's go. I can't wait for that. All these fights are going to be epic and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be great. So this review, or this reaction, is going to be super long, but I'm glad I reacted to it, even being still... Sorry, I know that's disgusting, but I have to do it. So still under the weather as I am. I'm glad I reacted to it, because now I can go into the community, I can go into the Discords, I can go to the Reddit, I can see what everybody's saying, predictions about the fight and stuff, and now that I'm feeling a little bit better, I want to see what everyone's saying. I can watch everybody's reviews, missed content. I'm sure he reacted to this one, so definitely go check that out. I'll be checking his out alongside some other people's and stuff like that. So, yeah, either way, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Sorry it was so long, or maybe you liked that it was so long. I wanted to analyze everything. So, like, comment, and subscribe as always. Hopefully I feel much better for the next chapter of Kengan Omega. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. I already plugged myself and stuff. Yeah, so anyways, I'll feel much better. Won't be so nasally next time, and I'll be able to shout and scream and have a bigger, reaction. Because I feel like from now on, we're not doing reviews. We're going to be doing reactions. Yeah, because we got some fights to watch. So, yeah, definitely reactions going forward. So look forward to that, and I'll have a lot more energy to be able to be pumped up for the actual fights. But I am pumped. Sorry you guys can't tell as well, but I am excited. I am really pumped for this. So I think this is going to be awesome. And this is Sandro at his best. Doing tournaments, doing fights. That's what he does best. So let's stick to it. Let's go. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. See you back here next time. Sayonara, everybody.